Hello everybody. You may or may not have watched my breast reduction videos that I put up starting over 2 years ago now. It's been over 2 years. I have to say they're still amazing. But I just thought I'd do a really quick update on something totally different. So I have had Crohn's disease for over 10 years now. I think I was diagnosed when I was about 21, 22, and I'm 32 now, so I have had it for over 10 years, and I could talk about my Crohn's journey for a very long time, but I will save that for another video. When I was first diagnosed, I had no idea that it would cause me so much pain, anxiety, depression. It changed my life because you have to work around your condition. So just to give a very short story, when I was first diagnosed when I was 21, my symptoms weren't too bad. They were manageable. I was put on steroids, and that totally got rid of my symptoms. And on and off throughout the years, it's been bad. Obviously, I've had flare-ups. Crohn's is a chronic condition, so there is no cure, and you basically have it for life. You just have to manage it with medication or what you eat, your diet, your lifestyle. So yeah, I've had ups and downs, major downs. Mentally, it has been extremely difficult. I started to see a therapist probably about 6 or 7 years ago now, because I was finding it very hard to accept the fact that the Crohn's ruled my life, which you shouldn't let it rule your life, but when you can't eat certain food, you can't go out for a meal with your friends. I've been in situations where I've been in restaurants and literally like that, you take one bite, straight away, I need to go to the toilet. And it's just really depressing, and you can't live a normal life. I was in my 20s, so at that age I should be kind of going out and enjoying myself, but that did not happen. So fast forward 10 years, we are now in 2021, just 2021, and for the past couple of years my consultant at the hospital has mentioned having surgery, and I've always said no because I was too scared, and I thought, oh, I don't need surgery, we'll just manage it with medication and everything else that goes along with it. But we've now got to the point where we have tried every single medication that is available on the NHS, and nothing is keeping me in remission. So just to name a few, I've been on azathioprine, I've been on Humira, which is a biologic drug that you inject yourself with. I've been on vedolizumab, which is another infusion that I had to go to the hospital for every 8 weeks, I think it was. I've been on, obviously when I was in flare-ups, multiple steroids. So when I first was diagnosed, I was on prednisolone, which is a very high, like a very potent steroid, but now I'm on budesonide, which is not quite as sort of strong, but is still a steroid. I'm on Stellara at the moment. Every 3 months I have to inject myself with Stellara as well. So yeah, obviously they have to give every medication like a year to see if it works, and then do another colonoscopy and see if your the inside of your intestines has healed any better, which in my case it has not happened. It's either stayed the same or got worse. So I've been on steroids, budesonide steroids now for, I don't know, maybe like, I mean the pandemic started around March in the UK last year. I think it was maybe around May or June time that I got really bad, and I was passing blood, in extreme pain. So my consultant gave me budesonide and said, do a 3 week, it's a tapering course, so you have to do 3 weeks of the strongest dose, 3 weeks medium dose, 3 weeks low dose, and then you can stop. So I did that. Obviously that lasted 3 months. As soon as I got down to 2 steroids a day, my symptoms started to come back. So, you know, after a week of experiencing that, I rang them back and they said, just go back to 3, just stay on 3, and go from there. So I've been on a high dose of steroids for over 6 months now, and you can't stay on steroids. It's not a lifelong thing that you can be on, because they're not healthy to be on. So the decision kind of was made last summer that I will have to have surgery. I had an appointment with a surgeon, and they basically showed me what the operation would be. They want to completely remove my large intestine because that is the worst area. They would do an irreversible ileostomy, so I would have a stoma bag on my side, and I mean that took, when they said that, that was very hard to accept, very upsetting, because obviously I've never had it. When you've never had something, it's very scary, and it's like a bit of a bombshell. So they said, listen, go away and have a think. You've got all the information. They gave me a leaflet. They gave me like a little stoma bag as well, just so I could see what one looked like. I went away. I went on YouTube. I watched loads of stoma videos, and I was like, you know, I hadn't made my decision. But as time went on, my health and my symptoms were just getting worse and worse. So I went back to them and I said, listen, my decision is made. I need to have the surgery. I have no life at the moment. I mean, I know nobody really has a life at the moment because of the pandemic, but I mean, anyone with Crohn's will know what I'm talking about. Even when we come out of this pandemic, my Crohn's isn't going to go anywhere. So I will still be a hermit in my room because I'm too scared to go out. So decision was made, let's have surgery, give me a stoma bag, take out my large intestine. But because of COVID, they are currently only operating on cancer patients. I am with the Royal Free Hospital, so my main hospital is Barnet, but I have also been to Chase Farm a few times as well for like blood tests and CT scans and all that other jazz. So my surgeon called me just before Christmas to have an update, and I said, you know I need this surgery, it needs to happen, you know, put me down for it. And he basically said that I'm on the list and I'm on the back burner, is the word he said, because they are only operating on cancer patients at the moment. because London is in tier 4, and obviously the whole COVID situation and staffing levels and things, they can't operate as they normally would. So, which is completely fair enough. And I said, listen, like, do the cancer patients. Like, you know, I'm bad, but I don't have cancer. Touch wood. So that was left at that. So that was just before Christmas, and we're now at the beginning of January. And today I got a call from the booking team at the hospital, and they want me to go in, well, it's over the phone. They want me to have a pre-assessment for surgery, and I said, oh, I don't have a surgery date booked. And they said the pre-assessment is just to find out medical history. It is basically to assess whether you are suitable for a general anaesthetic. And I have had one before, so I would hope that that's okay. I don't have like breathing problems or asthma or anything like that. So I asked the man on the phone, I don't have a surgery date booked, so if I have a pre-assessment now, what happens if I don't have surgery for like 7-8 months? I have no idea how long I'm going to be on the waiting list for. And he said the pre-assessments last for 16 weeks, so they're valid for 16 weeks. And I said, so are you hoping that I'm going to have surgery within the next 4 months? And he said, oh, I would expect so, because you're urgent, and we wouldn't do a pre-assessment if we didn't think we could operate within the next 4 months, which is the window for the pre-assessment. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like, I'm scared, I'm so scared. And obviously I will do more videos because I find these videos really helpful. I watched so many when I had my breast reduction operation, and I've watched loads of stoma videos as well because I want to know what I'm in for. It's going to be a really, really hard recovery. It's like a 2-month recovery, but I just can't live like I am anymore. Like right now, so I work full time, and I don't get paid for my sickness because my sickness is quite high, and when you go over a certain amount of sick days, they don't pay you. So every time I take a sick day, I'm losing money. Even though, you know, sometimes I just literally have to lie in bed the whole day, like I'm so exhausted. You know, right now, as I'm standing here, I'm in pain. I've got pain in my like gut area. I've been taking paracetamol, but paracetamol makes me very drowsy, and when I have to work, it's very difficult because I can't concentrate, and I'm falling asleep at my laptop, so it's just exhausting, and I feel like the life has been sucked out of me for the past 10 years. I have just no energy anymore. I'm just like, seriously, just take out this diseased piece of intestine from my body because I'm just done with it. So yeah, I just thought I'd do like a really quick kind of introduction about my story, because honestly the amount of like tests and CT scans, blood tests and colonoscopies, I think I've had like six now. Oh my God, so many. So yeah, so pre-assessment is 1 week today, and then once they do the assessment over the phone with you, they will then decide whether you need to go back in and have like further tests, so like blood tests or anything, just to make sure that you're okay under general anaesthetic. I don't think I will need to go back because I only had blood tests, and stool sample was done like 3 weeks ago. No one's given me the results of it, which is not surprising to be honest, but so I don't think I would need further tests, but if I do, then fine. But oh my God, I just really want this surgery so bad, ASAP. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the whole COVID thing as well, because, you know, going into hospital, I'd be in there for like a week at least, I would think. Some people have spent like 10 days to 2 weeks in there if they've had complications. It's going to be so hard. So the longest I've only ever been in hospital before for like 2 or 3 nights, and I was a kid, so it's going to be very difficult. So yeah, I mean, I am clinically extremely vulnerable, so the way that the vaccine is going, I think I'm supposed to be having it before the end of February. It would be amazing if I could get the vaccine and then have surgery. That would be like the best, because then I can go into hospital thinking I can't catch COVID. Well, we allege that you can't catch COVID with the vaccine. Let's hope. So yeah, I will leave it at that, and when I get more news, I will update you. This will be part 1 of, I'm sure, many videos to come, and hopefully in the next few months I'll be back and you may see me lying in a hospital bed, drugged up, looking like absolute shite. But at least my disgusting diseased intestine will be removed from my body. Okay.